These days, there are life hacks for more or less everything, so why not for football boots? Listen, we've probably all been in a situation where we feel that our boots aren't quite comfortable enough, so we don't really want to wear them as much as we could. And also, we don't really feel like putting in the time to break them in on the training pitch like you normally would. So, what can you do to make your football boots more comfortable right now? Well, today, my friends, I'm gonna give you my top 5 football boot life hacks to make your boots more comfortable, just like that. Number 5, and my first piece of advice isn't a life hack as such, it's more like just good common sense. But it's always a good idea to make sure that you get the right size, the right fit, and of course, the right width when you order new boots, because if you don't, they can squeeze your foot, you can get blisters, your feet can slide around inside of them, and in general, they can just feel so bad on your feet that you don't want to wear your new boots, and that kind of sucks. So what you want to do is that if you order your boots online and you don't know that you have gotten the right size, is the moment you get them home, even before you go on the pitch, is that you put them on and you wear them around the house, late in the afternoon or in the evening where your feet are the most swollen, simply to check that the fit and the width is okay. And if it feels good, as a rule of thumb, the boot checks out. Of course, if it doesn't feel good, you should probably send them back and figure out if you should get another size or simply another boot. But how do you know how to get the right size then? I wish that someone made a video on that topic. If you click the eye on top of the screen, you can actually see our guide to how you measure your feet correctly and get the right size in football boots. Of course, you're gonna do that after you've watched this video. In fourth, the next pro tip is to make sure that your insole game is on point. Because if you feel that you don't get enough support and enough cushioning, or in general enough comfort from the standard insoles that come when you buy your boots, getting a pair of gel insoles might be a very good solution where you really get a lot of shock absorption, and you can actually also customize it to fit the size and the width of your boots so it doesn't slide around or feel too chunky. And sure, it might not look as sexy and look a bit too practical and like a piece of medical equipment, and it might not look as cool and sound as cool as the NikeGrip insoles and the technology that you get with the new Nike boots. But I promise you that if you get one of these, you're in for a very comfortable feel, excellent shock absorption, and in general, a very smooth ride. Boot life hack number 3 is here to help you if number 5 didn't work out quite the way you wanted it to. Say you got the wrong size, or the fit isn't just the way you wanted. And how do you fix that? Well, there are 2 ways. The first one is the hot water trick, which is basically there to help you get the upper to soften up a bit and shorten the break-in time. And what you want to do is, you want to take a ball, and then you want to take out the insoles of your boots, of course. You want to then submerge your boots up until the point where the laces begin, if you have laces on your boots, otherwise up until this point, and then you're going to put it in warm water. But don't make the water too hot, or it's going to mess up the glue on your boots. So eventually they're going to fall apart. You don't want that. And after you leave them there for around about 10 minutes, you're going to take them up, you're going to put them on, and you're going to wear them around the house, walking a little bit, just wearing them for 30 minutes. After which you can experience that the upper will have softened up and actually taken to the shape of your foot, meaning that you save a bit of time and actually also a part of the break-in process. But if breaking in and softening up won't quite do the trick for you, if you downright need the upper to stretch in order to get the best possible fit, there is another way, and it's actually a way the girls have been using to stretch out and make their high heels more comfortable for years. And hopefully you paid attention during chemistry class in ground school, because if you did, you will know that water, when it freezes, it actually expands up to 9 or 10%. So if you take a sealable plastic bag, you can get one in IKEA for dirt cheap, you stuff it in the forefoot of your boot like that, then you fill it up with water, and you make sure that the bag now fills up the entire forefoot of the boot. You seal the bag, and then you slap the whole shebang in the freezer overnight. So when the water expands, so will the upper. Why? Because science. My second best piece of advice revolves around lacing, because if you get this right, you're close to being the comfort master. Now, my first tip is around the runner's loop, because if you want to get more lockdown and a more secure fit, the runner's loop is a secret that runners have been using, as the name suggests, for ages. And what you want to do is, you want to lace up your boots like you would normally do, but instead of going across from the second to last lace hole to the last lace hole, you're going to go straight up. You're going to put the laces straight in to create a loop. And you're going to do the same in the opposite side, and then you're going to take the tip of the lace and you're going to put it through the loop. Do that with the opposite side as well. This is easier when you have the boots on, by the way, and you're going to pull together, and you will have a much more locked-in fit that can actually help you eliminate the fact that you get blisters from rubbing in the heel. Now, on the other hand, if you want a bit more comfort from your lacing and you're sick of the fact that the laces are rubbing and restricting your movement on the top of the area where you really bend your foot, you can do like this. Start off like normally at the bottom, but instead of going across, you go down, straight up, then the lace comes up, you go down again, straight up, and then you start crossing like normally. And of course, this isn't going to be as good for the performance and the lockdown, but trust me when I say that it is really, really comfortable. And of course, if you want to take it to the lacing level 3000, you can combine the two, the comfort thing and the runner's loop, and be a total master. But seriously, do not miss the runner's loop. It's absolutely brilliant. You can take that from me. For honorable mentions, I'm going to talk about T-backs. No, you guys, actual proper T-backs. Because if your boots, if they smell and you don't have odor remover that you can also use, just simply throw in a spare tea bag. Also, if you have blisters, soothe them in green tea. Seriously, it sounds stupid, but it works. Now, there is another hack that I should mention, and that is one that is only for emergencies, I would say, because if you have a boot that's say half a size or a full size too big, it might be tempting to just take a spare insole and throw it inside the boot, so it feels like you're filling out the boot entirely. But the reason I say it's only for emergencies is the fact that the boot is still going to be too big for you. There's still going to be more material around your foot than a boot in your proper size would have, and thus it's going to take your brain a little bit of getting used to. It's not going to be as nimble as you would optimally have it. Now, of course, you can do it, but it's only going to be as a last resort, I would say, so try and avoid it. I mean, just because I put 5 insoles in a boot that's 2 or 3 sizes too big for me doesn't mean that I can actually play in it, does it? It's a little far-fetched, but you know what I mean. You can do it, but try and avoid it. Now, my best boot hack is actually a very, very simple one, which is that you should buy yourself a pair of grip socks. Whether you get the Trusox, the OG, the classic one, the newcomer, the NikeGrip socks, or the underdog, the G48 grip socks, what you're gonna get is a sock that actually goes in and acts as a layer connecting your foot with the boot, because there are grippy elements on both the inside and the outside of the sock. And sure, they might cost you a bit of cash, and they will, they're expensive socks. But apart from actually feeling really good, being high quality socks, they're gonna make sure that you don't slide around inside the boot, you don't get blisters, and they just really feel like they're connecting you with the boot. And this is gonna be some of the best money you can actually spend on football gear, and I don't think I've recommended anyone these who don't like the socks. And needless to say, I love them to bits. If you get these right, and you combine them with the other tricks, you, my friend, you're gonna be a happy camper. A very comfortable, happy camper. So now you have a few boot life hacks up your sleeve if you want to make your football boots more comfortable right now. Of course, nothing beats a proper OG breaking in. But if you get the right size, you soften up the upper, you get your lacing and your insole game on, and you get a pair of grippy socks, your life is going to be a lot easier, and most important of all, a lot more comfortable. But guys, what is your favorite boot life comfort hack? You should let me know in the comment section right down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos by clicking the green bubble somewhere over my head. Leave me a like if you had a good time and spread the word by sharing this video with your friends. And with that, I'm signing off. Cheerio.